Hey guys, I'm Dov, and today I'm back with more Total War Warhammer 2 online action. Today we're back with the Empire. They're going to be taking on the foul vampire accounts. So yeah, just a quick heads up, I'm going to be very busy over the next couple weeks. So this is a viewer submitted replay. You guys are going to be seeing a lot more viewer submitted replays on the channel over the next couple weeks, just because I'm super busy with my day job. I don't really have a ton of time to play games, so I guess what that also means is keep those replays coming, either by email, on Discord, wherever you can find me. Keep those replays flowing, and especially if you've got good ones featuring the Empire or Bretonnia, those happen to be people's favorite on my channel, so feel free to send those. I will accept replays of any faction, of course. But yeah, in this particular battle, General of the Empire and the Jade Wizard going to be going up against the Red Duke Goon Squad. You don't see this too much since the Blood Dragon Lord is just objectively better, but still fun to see for nostalgia's sake. Red Duke, double terror guys, we got some bats, and a very small infantry force, just a few Graveguard Great Weapons, and Spearmen. Meanwhile, for the Empire, we've got a couple Outriders, no Pistoliers, but Outriders, honestly, probably a bit better in this matchup. We'll talk about why in a moment. We've got Knights of the Blazing Sun and Royal Alto Griffites here. You can see the Outriders popping off shots into those bats there. We've also got some Flagellants, Spearmen, and Swordsmen. So, yeah, interesting to go in the air against the Vampire counts, and this is potentially the danger you're going to face, is double terror guys plus big scary caster on a dragon. You could even face potentially like the the Blood Dragon on a horse with double terror guys, and even that can potentially be pretty scary. You can see the bats and the Terrorgeist and the Red Duke all trying to go after the General of the Empire and the Amber Wizard. They are fast enough to get away at the moment. One unit of bats sent down to the ground crumbles away, and another unit going to be sent to tie down these Outriders. Honestly, this is probably not the best use of these bats. I would try and keep them up in the air rather than using them to tie down missile units. While they're in the air, they'll still block shots. They'll take hits from the General and the Jade Wizard here. They could potentially tie them down. So, yeah, it's going to be dangerous. You can see the General maybe takes a hit there. Looks like they didn't actually make contact. But, yeah, with the Outriders having finished off that second unit of bats now, they're going to be able to get into a position where they can begin firing on the big old duck. So yeah, Empire player just staying out in front, obviously not wanting to take this engagement in the air. Even with the missile support, 2 versus 3 wouldn't be the best. Another Flock of Doom going down from the Amber Wizard there, trying to get rid of those fell bats as quickly as possible. They're definitely low on their leadership, and you can see the Goon Squad itself not really in a position to capitalize on that micro lapse for a second there. But looks like a Wind of Death going to be going down. This is a big old use of magic. The Empire player is going to spot it at the last moment. A couple of Flagellants get caught in the blast there. But for the most part, it's a big swing and a miss, and a ton of Winds of Magic wasted for the Vampire counts. That's why Wind of Death is one of the riskier spells in the game. You can potentially whiff like that, and then you're in big trouble. But you can see he considers going after the Outriders, but the Outriders have plenty of cav support nearby. The last of the bats are crumbled away by the General, and the Red Duke Goon Squad chooses to go after these Flagellants here, which is a bit of an odd choice at the end of the day, but looks like he's trying to cycle charge everybody, trying to get back up in the air here. Knights of the Blazing Sun had been pulled out of position somewhat, but this does allow then, the Amber Wizard comes down and actually blocks the Red Duke on the ground here, allowing the Royal Alto Griffites to come in. Then the Terror Guys come in to escalate the situation. Knights of the Blazing Sun also moving in. Obviously, with their fire damage, they'll do relatively well against the Terror Guys. We've also got a zombie summon, Flagellants following up, so a major escalation of the force involved in this particular point in the battle. This Amber Wizard's definitely taking a beating from the Red Duke, but likewise the Royal Alto Griffites putting a beating on these Terror Guys. I should say not taking a beating from the Red Duke directly, from the Terror Guys rather, but nice breath attack goes down there. Actually doesn't do quite as much damage as I thought it might, but these Terror Guys definitely need to get back up in the air and start using their breath attacks as well. As it is, these Outriders providing some excellent Overwatch fire onto the Red Duke. He really needs to pull up and out of range. At this point, he's so low that the General of the Empire feels confident about his chances going for a 1v1 in melee here. We do have another Terrorgeist up in the air who could potentially come support, but the Red Duke hit himself with an Invocation of the Heck there. He is still crumbling though. go. So, oh, looks like actually there's the invocation. And if he could potentially stabilize his leadership, he might be able to bring things back. At this point, though, the bounce power well in the Empire's favor. This Terrorgeist unable to get it back up in the air because of the Royal Altar of Griffites and the Knights of the Blazing Sun. He's also got Flagellants and Spearmen working on it, so Skeletons following up, trying to spring it loose. Might actually be able to pull through and get to the Skeletons and get back up in the air. But nonetheless, Outriders still on station, Knights of the Blazing Sun and the Royal Altar of Griffites pulling out of that engagement there. And yeah, you can see the Red Duke, after having got some healing, he's definitely more than the match for the General of the Empire, but the Amber Wizard General going to work together here with the support fire of the the Outriders here on the ground. And yeah, their revolving carbines going to be enough between the two Griffins and the carbines. They should be able to take down the Red Duke here. He gets a dive. The Amber Wizard charges him in the back and finishes him off there. So with the Red Duke going down, that is obviously going to put a severe dent in the balance of power and start to cause leadership issues for the Vampire force here. You can see Graveguard with great weapons, holding on still, doing quite well in the infantry fight, all things considered. But obviously the loss of the major heroic and monstrous unit is going to be a big problem. This Terrorgeist here crumbling in terms of its leadership. The other one relatively healthy, but at that point the Vampire player just admits defeat, understandably so. Really didn't have much of a chance of winning at that point, but still a very fun battle. Always nice to see the Empire triumph over the foul Vampire counts. And I'm working on a very special project for you guys, updated tier list. I know if you search on the olden days of my channel, you'll find a video called Why I Hate Tier Lists, and that still applies. I still, I'm going to be having 1.5 million caveats at the beginning of that video, but I'm working on a tier list for you all, so hopefully you all will enjoy that. In terms of the army breakdown here, Knights of the Blazing Sun, 47 kills on an XP Chevron, really did an excellent job dealing with the bats, and then helping to keep those Terror guys pinned down on the ground. And, typically I would say it's very risky to go up in the air, but Dexatronic here making it work relatively well with the Overwatch fire from the Outriders. I do think the Outriders are a very nice pick in this particular matchup. They might even be better than Pistoliers, and I know that's going to cause some of you guys some major shock and consternation even saying that, but indeed, I do think the Outriders might be a better pick than Pistoliers in this particular matchup, just because they have longer range, and the AP missiles really allows you to support effectively. If like in that situation where you're firing ground to air, as potentially supporting an aerial engagement, I do find the Outriders going to be very useful for that in particular. General of the Empire is nice. I like to run Karl Franz just because he's such a scary duelist character, just super powerful up in the air, but understandable, if you have him, you're going to be a little bit more limited in terms of your army. I honestly probably wouldn't even bother bringing Flock of Doom or any spells on this Amber Wizard, just purely have him up in the air to support in terms of melee, and then we'll obviously bring the healer here as well. And yeah, even though the Empire won, I'm still, like rebuilding his build here, because that's just who I am. And the 3 Flagellants, definitely a good idea against the Vampire counts. Good to have those unbreakable units. Royal Altar of Griffites, also a nice pick here. Since we don't have a slot for a Warrior Priest, I'm not going to be able to grab that, unfortunately. But what am I missing here? I think he also had, like, Sigmar's Sons, and then maybe just grab some more Spearmen or something. I know I'm missing something. But you could even grab maybe like another unit of Outriders, or, oh, that's right, you had the Knights of the Blazing Sun. Since we've gone a little bit more expensive for France, I'll just cheap out and go with the Empire Knights instead. But yeah, this is how you would make that build viable with France, I think. But still, very fun battle. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you, well, I'm not quite finished yet here. Still got a little bit more time. So yeah, in terms of the Vampire counts in that particular build, I do think that you need to go wider on the ground. I mean, obviously the Red Duke, not the most competitive pick. Personally, against the Empire, I think that Manfred's actually still a really good option. If you take the Blood Dragon on a Hellsteed, he's a bit faster. You can do something like this with the appropriate kit. He's about the same as Karl Franz, more or less, pretty close. When he's on his Hellsteed, and because he has the armor sundering ability here with the heart piercing, it also gives him extra charge bonus. You can really work over characters, despite the fact that he has relative lack of AP on the Hellsteed there. Of course, with the Helm of Discord and Sword of Antiheroes, everything else popping off, he'll be just fine in terms of working over characters. And yeah, that's going to allow you to go a bit wider. The double Terrorgeist, a bit risky against the Empire, but it can potentially work. I'm not the biggest fan of Graveguard with great weapons, so I'm just going to go with more regular Graveguard here, and then we're going to tank up on some numbers. Might even just take zombies, honestly, just to flood the board with bodies and really tie down a lot of Empire units. And then we also probably will grab some spearmen as well. The bats are essential, so I would definitely recommend a couple of bats. And yeah, from here we can do a few different things. Maybe we cut them down, bring another unit of bats. Something like this I think might be a little bit more effective. You could probably fine-tune it even further, but I just think that, the Red Duke's so expensive, and where the Blood Dragon is just objectively better, you can take him for a bit cheaper on the horse and just, optimize things a little bit better. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you do like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button, so every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.